Fluffy's Journey to Joy, a tale of friendship and courage. In a corner of the sunlit farmyard, where the wildflowers danced with the breeze and the cheerful chatter of animals filled the air, there lived a little lamb named Fluffy. With fluffy white curls soft as clouds, big round sky blue eyes, and a tiny pink nose, Fluffy was a picture of gentle beauty. Her left ear bore a special crescent moon marking, a silent whisper of the night's embrace. Fluffy, though small and quiet, loved her home, where the green grass was a sea of comfort and the birds' songs were music to her ears. She was a happy lamb, nibbling on sweet clover, until the sky grew cloudy in her heart. You see, Fluffy had recently lost someone very dear to her, and that loss wrapped around her like a thick fog, making each day a little harder to face. It was as though her sunny world had lost its color, and now everything seemed gray and muted. One day, as Fluffy was trying to find a spot in the sunshine that felt warm like it used to, her friend Puddle waddled over. Puddle was a plucky little duckling with bright golden feathers that shone like the sun itself and sparkling emerald eyes that held the secrets of the pond. A friend's comforting quack. "Don't worry, Fluffy," Puddle quacked, his voice as comforting as the gentle ripples on the water's surface. "You're not alone in feeling this way. Many young ones have big, sad clouds too. But together, we'll find a way to bring back your sunshine." Fluffy looked at Puddle with her big, tear-filled eyes and thought, "I wish I could leave this heavy sadness behind, like when Robbie Rabbit learned how to hop again after he hurt his foot. If Robbie could do it, maybe, just maybe, I can too." There were so many things Fluffy longed to do. She missed playing tag with the butterflies, laughing with the baby chicks, and racing the rabbits, but the sadness was like a stone in her wool, holding her back. It upset her, the way the rain ruins a perfect day for a picnic. Deep down, Fluffy sensed she knew how to find joy again, like a hidden treasure buried beneath the straw in the barn. "There's a way through this sadness. I can feel it. Like the warmth of the sun waiting behind the clouds," she thought, her heart fluttering with a fragile hope, the arrival of Bramble the Brave. As Fluffy and Puddle were sharing a quiet moment by the old oak tree, something magical happened. Bramble the Brave, the wise old hedgehog, appeared out of nowhere, leaving a trail of shimmering leaves behind him. His spines glinted like silver in the sunlight, and his small, twinkling black eyes looked at them with kindness. "Dear Fluffy, brave Puddle," Bramble whispered, his voice as soft as the evening breeze, "an adventure awaits you, a journey of the heart. It will lead you through shadows to find the light, and perhaps in doing so, you'll rediscover the colors of your world." Bramble led them to a secret part of the farmyard, where the air hummed with a strange energy. There, he showed them a vision of the farmyard wrapped in darkness, the joy and laughter drained away. "If the sadness in your heart grows," Bramble said, his words forming pictures in the air, "this shadow will spread, making the world around us darker." After sharing his message, Bramble looked at Fluffy with a gentle smile. "I must go now, for this adventure is yours to start. But remember, I am always with you, in the rustle of the leaves and the whisper of the earth." Fluffy felt a stirring within her, a quiet certainty that this journey might be the key to healing her heart. "This could be the path to finding my smile again," she thought, a tiny spark of hope flickering in her chest. Beginning the adventure. With determination in their steps, Fluffy and Puddle set off on their adventure. They traveled past the babbling brook and through the whispering wheat, the journey wrapping them in a cloak of adventure. The world around them seemed to sway in rhythm with their purpose, the sounds of the farmyard creating a comforting, hypnotic lull. As they walked, Puddle quacked cheerily, "We can do this, Fluffy. Together we're stronger than the biggest storm." Fluffy felt a warmth growing inside her, the first rays of hope breaking through the clouds. "Perhaps I can find happiness again, even though I'm scared. But I'll try. For the farmyard, for Puddle, for me," she told herself. When they reached a fork in the road, unsure of which path to take, Bramble suddenly reappeared. Without a word, he transformed into a gust of wind, blowing the leaves along the path to the right, guiding Fluffy and Puddle towards their first destination on the adventure that would change their lives forever. The sunlit glade. As Fluffy and Puddle followed the trail of swirling leaves, the farmyard seemed to whisper tales of courage to them. Their hooves and webbed feet patted softly on the ground, leading them towards a place where the sun peeked through the trees like a smile. The first stop on their journey was a sunlit glade where the air was sweet with the scent of honeysuckle. There, they met a group of bees, buzzing busily around their hive. The bees were making honey, a golden treasure that glowed in the sunlight. "Hello there," buzzed Queen Bee, her tiny wings fluttering. "We're in quite a pickle. Our youngest worker bee, Buzzy, has gone missing, and we can't make enough honey without him." Fluffy felt her heart twinge with worry, a feeling she knew all too well. What if we can't find Buzzy? The bees need him, and the farmyard needs the honey, she thought. "Let's look for Buzzy together," Puddle suggested, his voice full of hope. "We'll search everywhere, won't we, Fluffy?" Fluffy nodded, drawing strength from Puddle's confidence. They searched through the glade, calling out for Buzzy. Fluffy's curls brushed against the flowers, and her heart began to beat fast with the thrill of the search. Finally, they found Buzzy, caught in a spider's web, too scared to buzz. Fluffy gently freed him, her hooves careful not to harm the delicate strands. "You did it, Fluffy," Puddle quacked happily. "You found Buzzy." The bees buzzed their thanks, and Fluffy felt a warm glow in her heart. "I helped someone today. Maybe I can make a difference, even when I'm sad," she thought. As they waved goodbye to the bees, Bramble the Brave appeared, his eyes shining with pride. "Well done, Fluffy," he whispered. "You've taken the first step in overcoming your sadness by helping others." With a rustle of leaves, Bramble pointed his nose towards a splendid field of wheat, and a gentle breeze guided Fluffy and Puddle to their next challenge. The golden wheat field. The wheat field was like a sea of gold, waving in the wind. As they entered, they met a family of field mice, who were in a fluster. "Our home's been taken by the crows!" squeaked Papa Mouse. "We've nowhere to store our food for winter." Fluffy looked at the tiny, trembling mice and felt a tug at her wool. "They're scared, just like I am." "But we can't let fear stop us," she thought. "We'll help you," Fluffy said, her voice stronger than before. "We'll build you a new home, one that's safe from the crows." Working together, Fluffy, Puddle, and the mice gathered twigs and leaves. They built a cozy nest hidden beneath the wheat, where the crows couldn't see. The mice squeaked with delight, their little eyes shining with gratitude. Fluffy felt her sadness lift a little more. "We made them happy, Puddle," she said with a small smile. Bramble appeared once more, his spines shining in the setting sun. "Every act of kindness, Fluffy, brightens your world," he said softly. "You're finding your way through the darkness." This time, Bramble rolled into a ball and spun around, creating a whirlwind that scattered the wheat, revealing a path to a babbling brook. The babbling brook and the frogs. At the brook, they met a family of frogs, croaking sadly. "Our pond's dried up," groaned Grandpa Frog. "We can't hop without water." The brook was blocked by a pile of stones, and Fluffy knew what they had to do. She felt a surge of determination. "I've come this far. I can't give up now," she thought. With effort, Fluffy and Puddle moved the stones one by one until the water flowed freely into the pond. The frogs hopped with joy, splashing in the fresh water. Fluffy laughed, a sound she hadn't made in a long time. "Look at them jump, Puddle! We've brought the water back!" Bramble's quiet clapping came from behind them. "Your laughter is the sound of healing, Fluffy," he said gently. "You're almost there!" Leaves swirled around Bramble's feet, and he nodded towards a distant hill where the final encounter awaited. The hill and the strawman. The hill rose in front of them, crowned with a circle of standing stones. At its top, Strawman stood tall, his shadow long and chilly. Fluffy felt a shiver of fear, but she remembered the bees, the mice, and the frogs. "I've helped them all. I can face this too," she thought. Strawman's crows cawed meanly, but Fluffy stood tall. "We're not afraid of you," she announced. "We've brought light to the farmyard, and you can't take that away." With great effort, Fluffy and Puddle danced around Strawman. their joy and courage glowing like a beacon. The crows flew away, and Strawman's shadow shrank until he was just another part of the farmyard. "You've done it, Fluffy," Bramble said, appearing beside them. "You've found the sunshine in your heart again." As the sun set, coloring the sky in shades of orange and pink, Bramble led them back to the farmyard. The animals cheered for Fluffy, their voices a song of triumph. Fluffy looked at her friends, her blue eyes bright once more. "I've found my smile," she thought, "and I'll always remember how I did it, with a little help and lots of hope. Twilight triumph and a new day." As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with strokes of purple and gold, Fluffy and Puddle made their way back to the heart of the farmyard. The journey home was filled with the soft quiet of the evening, and the farmyard friends they passed all cheered for Fluffy's brave heart. "Remember when we were so scared of Strawman?" Puddle laughed, his voice echoing. "And now we've danced around him." Fluffy's heart swelled with pride, and in her mind she whispered, "I was strong, and I can be strong every day." She told Puddle a story of a tiny ant that moved a whole mountain, one tiny stone at a time, showing that even the smallest can achieve great things. As they arrived home, the farmyard was bathed in the soft glow of twilight. The barn stood tall and welcoming. The pond reflected the last pink light of the day, and the fields rested under a blanket of calm. Bramble the Brave appeared one last time, his silhouette outlined by the stars. "Bravo, Fluffy and Puddle," he whispered, his voice a melody of the night. "Your adventure has been long, but your hearts are now light. Carry this bravery always." Fluffy felt changed, as if the weight that once pressed on her wool had been taken off. "I've found the colors of the world again, and I'll keep them close to my heart," she thought. And even when shadows of sadness tried to come back, Fluffy would remember her adventure and shake them away, like raindrops from her curls. Life on the farmyard resumed, and Fluffy found joy in the small things once more. One sunny morning, she hesitated at the edge of the meadow, a brief memory of sadness in her eyes. But then she remembered the bees, the mice, the frogs, and she whispered to herself, "I am brave, I am kind." With a playful jump, Fluffy joined the butterflies in their dance, her laughter a tune that joined the songs of the farmyard. Puddle splashed alongside her, his quacks a chorus of joy. Together, they played with the wind and raced the rabbits, Fluffy's heart light and carefree. Fluffy started to do things she never imagined she could. She led the morning chorus with the birds, her voice a gentle song that welcomed the day. She showed the baby chicks how to find the juiciest worms, and at night, she looked at the stars, sharing stories with Puddle of the adventures they would have tomorrow. As days turned to weeks, and weeks to months, Fluffy grew stronger and bolder. Sometimes, she imagined Bramble's gentle words in the rustling leaves, encouraging her to explore, to dream, and to love. And with each new day, she found new ways to spread joy and light. One day, Fluffy met a little rabbit who had lost his bounce. With gentle care, she sat beside him and shared her own experience. "Once, I was very sad too," Fluffy said softly, "but I found hope and friends who showed me the bright side again." She talked to the rabbit about finding joy in helping others, about the strength within, and how sometimes a little hope is all you need to get your bounce back. The rabbit listened, his eyes wide, and by the end of her tale, he felt brave enough to try bouncing again. Fluffy's future was as bright as the sun that rose each morning over the farmyard. She became a guide for other young animals, showing them how to overcome sadness and fear. Her adventures took her beyond the farmyard, where she met new friends and saw amazing things, each one a treasure that filled her life with endless colors. And so, Fluffy's story became one of many told under the starry skies, a reminder that with a little help and plenty of hope, every heart can find its way back to happiness.